What's up, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your Major League Baseball home run prop show for Tuesday, April 25th, 2023. I'm trying to get ahead of myself. It feels like it's Wednesday already. But before we get into that home run prop show, I just want to let everyone know if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that like button. It really helps us out. And if you're still looking for my best bets, the games I love the most, including my daily $19 best bet, check out Pickdawgz.com. Click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. Well, let's get into the home run prop show for Tuesday. I had a bit of a rough one on Monday to start the week, but we still at least caught a home run prop to at least make some of our money back. Or if you bet just a couple props, and this was one of the ones in your betting list, then you came out with some nice plus money. And we'll get into the recap of Monday's plays in just a second. But just to remind everyone, these home run props are plays that you should only be putting a couple bucks on, in my opinion. I do not recommend dumping your whole bankroll into home run props. These plays are very high risk, high reward. If high risk, high reward plays are your game, then do with it what you will. But my recommendation is to play these straight for a couple bucks for some side action. Don't dump your whole bankroll into this. And, sometimes if you like a couple, well, parlay them up. But these are the plays that I am putting just a couple of bucks on, coffee or pizza money, if you will, on Tuesday. And like I said, if you want to parlay them up, by all means. But these are just the plays that I'm looking at, and we'll have a few bucks on. Definitely don't expect to hit everyone. I'm just being realistic here, but we want to give ourselves the best possible shot to get in the win column. So, without further ado, we'll take a look at the home run props we gave out on Monday. And it was like I said, it was a bit of tough sledding. Had some chances, but we started things off with Ryan Mountcastle. Couldn't come through for us at plus 500. That was where some value was. Went 2 for 4 with without a home run in that one. Still saw the ball well at the dish, but unfortunately couldn't get it out of the park. Austin Hayes went 2 for 4 with an RBI, but no home run at plus 600. The one we did cash for Monday, we did it early. Rafael Devers hitting a third inning moonshot for plus 410, getting us a nice payday with Devers in that one. Alex Verdugo, unfortunately, went 1 for 4 with an RBI, but no home run in that Red Sox-Orioles game. And then we went to the matchup between the Blue Jays and the White Sox. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. went 1 for 5, didn't get a home run in that game. Matt Chapman, still seeing the ball well, went 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI, but he didn't leave the yard either. And Bo Bichette, one of the heavy plus money plays, also went 1 for 4 without a home run in that game. But still, the way he's been hitting right-handed pitching and at value, I'd still take the shot any day of the week. And we also went to the Angels matchup with the Oakland A's, trying to take advantage of that matchup with Ken Waldichuk. And there were a couple of Angels that hit home runs, but unfortunately it was not Shohei Ohtani, who went 1 for 4 with a double. Also, Mike Trout went 1 for 6 without a home run. And Hunter Renfroe also clubbed a double, went 1 for 5 with a double, didn't have a home run in that game, though. And fortunately, Bobby Witt Jr., to close it out, he couldn't come through for us at plus 480. Plus 460. And, just sometimes the way it breaks off, sometimes, like I said, these plays can be very high risk, high reward. We've hit 10 over the last 4 days. So, with just those plays, we should be up at least a little bit, or at least have some nice plus money to play with and to keep rolling these forward. Now, again, the purpose of these shows is not just for me to give out winners. I love doing that for you guys and giving you lots of winners with these home run prop shows. But they're also to show you the benefits of the betting tools at Sports Chat Place and Pickdawgz. Not just for home run props, but for a ton of betting tools. They're just betting tools. That's what obviously the name of them is. But they're tools to help you. I mean, they do all the heavy lifting for you. They find plays and how often that they're hitting, and they also find you the best possible number. If you're a big believer in streaks and trends, we have a tool for that. If you want a best parlay built for you, you can do that. If you're looking for a parlay builder to you know what you're looking for in your parlay, but you don't know what games to put in, you look at the parlay builder. It'll help put one together for you. It also, like I said, also if you're looking for that best possible number and you're not signed up with the sportsbook that gives you the best possible number, you can sign up and it gets you a sportsbook bonus and gives you a head start to already get those bets and get the best possible number for yourself. And Mitch has talked about it on our morning shows and even on his personal videos as well that you can also find here at Pickdawgz. you're starting behind the eight ball if you just stick to one book and you don't do your line shopping. Line shopping and getting yourself the best possible number, the best possible price at multiple books is the one advantage in sports betting that the books cannot take away from you. So definitely check those out. Use those sportsbook offers. Take advantage of it. Use those betting tools. You're going to see the some, if you haven't already, you're going to see a lot of the advantages and what the betting tools can bring to the table, and how it's laid out for you. So definitely check those out at Sports Chat Plays and Pickdawgz when you have the time. Like I said, it's going to be in your best interest to do so. They're 100% free. You're not going to find betting tools like that anywhere for 100% free, and we got them for you, Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Plays. But without further ado, we'll get into the home run props for Tuesday's action. Now, what we're going to roll with here, just a couple of different games. We're going to look at some stacks for these games, and you maybe pick out one or two if you like them from each game, or if you just like one that stands out from each game, who knows, or even same game parlay. Even if you just want to pick one play for the entire day and you're looking for just just a single play, you can do that as well. But we're going to start things off with a few familiar faces. And again, forgive me for if some of these guys do get retread a fair bit, but you try to ride the hot hand, and in the early season, we're still only about 20-something games into the season. So you will see, some names pop up more frequently than others, but if there's angles to back them, you better believe I'm gonna exploit it if I can. So we're gonna start things off with Austin Hayes to hit a home run at plus 800. I think this Orioles and Red Sox matchup is going to have a ton of value in the home run prop market, especially with the guys that we're going to give out on these shows. Austin Hayes is the first one that stands out to me. Now, Corey Kluber, he's giving up a lot of barrels this season. I will touch on barrel rate in a minute. He's giving up a lot of barrels, and while Austin Hayes doesn't have a great batting average against Kluber, I think he's 225 in his career against Kluber. He already has a pair of career home runs against him. He's hitting 340 against right-handed pitching this season, while Kluber has already allowed 6 home runs this year. Got to take my shot here with Austin Hayes to hit a home run at plus 800. And we're going to stay with the Baltimore Orioles for another home run prop here. We're going to go with Adley Rutschman to hit a home run at plus 700. I think it's going to be a great spot for Rutschman to get back on the home run train here. His career 308 in his brief tenure as a major leaguer against Kluber. He's got a pair of home runs, and given Kluber's struggles, I think Rutsch could come through here. He's hitting 286 with 3 homers against right-handed pitching this season. I definitely think there's some fantastic value with Adley Rutschman at plus 700. Also, we're going to go retread here with our lone hit from Monday. We go back to Rafael Devers to hit a home run at plus 550. He's hitting 273 with 6 home runs after Monday's dinger against right-handed pitching. And like I say, homer on Monday, I think he really could go back-to-back here. Kyle Bradish starting for the Baltimore Orioles. He had a solid outing against Washington, but I'm not buying in just yet after that start. It is still the Washington Nationals have one of the worst offenses in baseball. I don't know if the Red Sox win here, but I think Devers could get the Red Sox on the board here, kind of how he did on Monday. So I'm going to roll with Rafael Devers to hit a home run at plus 550. And we're going to go with another lengthy stack here, but I just want to touch on this quickly so that you can kind of, keep track while we're talking about these home run props. If you haven't before heard me talk about it, barrel rate is, for me, one of the most important metrics when you're looking at home run props. You can do a little bit of research, you can find the barrel percentages out there. But the barrel zone is sort of that sweet spot where you have the perfect launch angle off of the bat, the perfect exit velocity, the speed of the ball coming off of the bat, to where that combination has a high probability of creating hard contact, deep balls deep into the outfield, and a lot of times home runs. Last year, 45% of all barrels went for home runs, and that was, I believe, the lowest percentage in a decade. So it just goes to show you just how frequently these barrels are leaving the park. And when you can get an advantage like that, you can get something that's, I'm just throwing out averages here, but if you can get something like a barrel that's, leaving the yard at 45% and getting like what we've given out here, plus 550, plus 700, plus 800 here, I think it's definitely worth looking into and taking a shot on. You also look at things like hard hit percentage, exit velocity, but for me, barrel rate is most important. And that goes both ways, not just with the hitter, with how often they're creating these barrels at the plate, but for the pitcher with how many of these batted balls and these barrels that they're giving up. So just something to keep in mind as we talk about these home run props. But anyways, we're going to move on to the next game that we're going to talk about here, and I'm going very stack heavy with a lot of these home run props for Tuesday. I'm going to roll with to the Texas Rangers here. I'm going to go with Adolis Garcia to hit a home run here at plus 360. Or sorry, 350. Garcia leads the Rangers in barrel rate and exit velocity and hard hit percentage. Also has 6 home runs with a 286 batting average against right-handed pitching. Now you add in the environment of hitter friendly Great American Ballpark. I think Luke Weaver, who gave up a pair of home runs and had a 23.1% barrel percentage in his debut on the road, I think Weaver could be in some trouble here, especially with Adolis Garcia and just how well he's hitting it against righties right now. So give me Adolis Garcia to hit a home run at plus 350. Also going to roll with Jonah Heim to hit a home run at plus 475. He's second on the Rangers in barrel rate, has a 302 batting average with 3 home runs against right-handed pitching this season. Like I said, I wasn't high on Luke Weaver to begin with, and I think this environment could be rough for Weaver. His lone start in 2022 saw him give up 9 runs in 3 innings of work. His first start this season, like I said, he gave up 4 runs over 6 innings of work with a pair of homers. I think you put him in Great American, and teams that can hit righties well are going to do well against Weaver this season for as long as Weaver is in the lineup. So I'm going to go with Jonah Heim to hit a home run at plus 475. Also go with Josh Jung. I think it's Jung. It might be Young. I haven't heard his name enough to remember it. But anyways, he homered twice on Monday and he's got a 246 batting average against right-handed pitcher. He could continue it here. I think this is just a great spot for Jung to. And again, forgive me if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but that's just what I'm going to go with today, and then I'll do some research, and if he makes it back into the home run props video, I'll fix it for next time. But Jungie homered twice on Monday. I think he could keep it going here. Like I said, I like a lot of Rangers in this game. I don't expect every Ranger that I give out to hit a home run, but it would be nice if they did. But I think that Jung could be a great play here at plus 550. And the last Ranger we're going to give out another Texas player. I'm going to go with Marcus Semien to hit a home run at plus 380. Now, Marcus Semien is not a name that you always get from me. I'm just not a huge Marcus Semien fan ever since he left Toronto, but he does have 4 home runs and a 317 batting average against right-handed pitching this season. I think he could crush one here. We've already talked ad nauseum about the matchup against Luke Weaver, and I think Marcus Semien in great position to potentially knock one out of the park himself here. So going to roll with Marcus Semien at plus 380. And we got a couple smaller cards from a couple different games to close things out. The first one we're going to look at is Matt Olson to hit a home run at plus 285, or plus 295. Excuse me. Our smallest plus money price on the board for Tuesday's home run prop show. But Brian Hoeing, he wasn't good last season in limited action, had a 12.08 ERA and a high barrel rate, while Olson, he's got 6 home runs and a 293 batting average against righties this season. Also second on the Braves in barrel rate. I just think Matt Olson could feast on Brian Hoeing here and the Miami Marlins, who have been known to put out solid pitchers in recent years, but I think Hoeing is just a fill-in guy in this one. So going to roll with Matt Olson to hit a home run at plus 295. Also going to stick with Ronald Acuna Jr. to hit a home run here at plus 400. He's hitting a ridiculous 373 against right-handers this season with 3 home runs, and he's third on the Braves in barrel rate. So I'm going to look with Ronald Acuna Jr. to hit a home run at plus 400. And I'm going to close it out with a solo play from the matchup between the Cubs and the San Diego Padres. I'm going to roll with Patrick Wisdom to hit a home run at plus 500. Blake Snell, perennially a slow starter. This season's been no different. Wisdom has 4 home runs against lefties. He leads the Cubs in barrel rate, has a 286 batting average against lefties this season. Blake Snell giving up a 13.5% barrel rate, and I think Wisdom could catch him here. So I'm going to look with Patrick Wisdom to hit a home run at plus 500. Now, a couple games I sort of forgot to give honorable mention to. And if you followed me, this is kind of what I like to do. I've started doing this, for games that maybe I have leans on that are not maybe my strongest plays that make the official plays for the home run prop show. But Still mention them just as leans, as angles I was looking at, but maybe just couldn't get there with. So these are guys that you want to look at or you find a great price on. Hey, maybe worth sprinkling a couple bucks on. Go back to that Boston-Baltimore matchup. I give an honorable mention to Alex Verdugo. He's still hitting righties fairly well. I just couldn't get there with him, especially after missing with him yesterday. And Masataka Yoshida. I wonder if the 2 home run game was a one-off, or if there's something starting here. If he could start producing a little bit more, and maybe he gets one off of Kyle Bradish. But those are the 2 other guys I would give honorable mention to in that Red Sox and Orioles matchup. Also, honorable mention in that Braves Marlins game. I was going to look at Ozzie Albies and Sean Murphy. Both have 3 home runs against righties. Murphy leads the Braves in barrel rate after homering on Monday, but I just couldn't get there with either of those guys to make it official for me, with both having a sub 200 batting average against right-handed pitching this season. Like I said, maybe it's worth a couple of bucks if you get a decent enough price with them, and if you like those guys in that matchup, I wouldn't blame you. But I just couldn't get there personally with them, so lean towards Ozzie Albies and Sean Murphy. And the last one that I didn't mention at all, but we'll mention here. I'm going to give honorable mention to this matchup between the Diamondbacks and the Royals. Brady Singer, he's getting absolutely torched this season, has a really high barrel rate, and I could lean towards guys like Alec Thomas, Corbin Carroll, and maybe even Ketel Marte. I could get, but I just couldn't get there with any of those guys strong enough to give it out here as an official play. But if you're looking and keying in on later action, the D-backs could be worth a look for some home run props in that market. But thank you again for watching. And just a reminder again, if you haven't already, make sure you're signed up for our YouTube channel, subscribed. Hit that thumbs up. It really helps us out a ton. Also, make sure you have notifications turned on so you can be the first to be in the know when this new content drops. Get these plays in. Get yourself the best possible number. Get locked in before the lines start to move. And again, if you're still looking for my best bets, find those at Pickdawgz Premium. But I implore everyone, please, while you're at Pickdawgz, check out these betting tools. They are 100% free, the best betting tools in the business. They will do all the heavy lifting for you. You can also, if you'd like to do your own research and you want to have an extra tool on your belt to help in aiding that research, these betting tools are the way to go. I will tell you that 11 times out of 10. Make sure you check them out over at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Plays. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys soon. Let's crush these books on Tuesday.